What's good, YouTube? Minute Steel here. Another day, another drop event for Pokemon Pocket. This time around, we have the Mega Heracross EX. As always, there was 4 different difficulties. You got beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert. However, as always, let's jump to the promos we'll be playing for. As you can see, we have 5 different promos as usual. The only one time we've had more than 5 was the Ultra Necrozma time. If you were playing at the time, if not, don't worry about it. Mega Heracross, which is like the main card for this event, is 4 energy, dynamic horn, 170, flip a coin if tails does 6 to itself. Honestly, it's just following the trend of pretty unplayable promos. Yes, could this be fun? Yeah, like technically you could make a fun deck. You could use a superior and start swinging like early if you have the perfect combination of cards. But at the end of the day, it's a mega, so if it gets knocked out, you lose the game, and if you don't have superior, it's gonna take way too long to build up. Nonetheless, I guess cool to see Mega Heracross in the game. Unfortunately, it's a promo, so we won't see like a full art or nothing like that. But other than that, we have the Cast Form Sunny Form. This one already comes in the Pulsing Aura set. This is just a different artwork. Cool artwork. I know there's a lot of Yukamori fans, if I pronounce that correctly. But yeah, just a different artwork, same card. Obviously, it's a good card, but unnecessary. Like, it's not like we collect it because we want to collect it, not because we need it to play. New to the game, however, is this Tepig. It's Fire Breathing 10 plus, flip a coin if heads does 30 more. So it's essentially, not essentially, it's literally the exact same as the Electrike that we got in Mega Shine. Not the promo one, the one that was actually in the set. Just 10, flip a coin, it could potentially do 40. I kind of do like the Tepig we already have, the one flip a coin, and if it's heads, you actually ramp so that if you have the rare candy follow-up, then you're like set. But maybe you play this, I don't know. Gotta check up on my boy Sana, which is a big fan of this M-Board line. Then we got Dwebble. Dwebble, I think, is also exclusive to this promo drop. Shell Armor, this takes -10. Unfortunately, Crustle EX isn't like a big deal, but who knows? Maybe they release a Crustle like the one in TCG, and we got a different. And we're talking about something different. And then we have Zarude, which is just like a dark type version of the Marshadow that we got all the way back in Mythical Island. But cool looking card, I guess. Cool looking Pokemon. The one card I still need an extra copy for, so luckily I got some examples to show you, and hopefully I pull it within that. But with that, let's go right back to the tasks. So going over the task, I will show you eventually 2 lists that I recommend to beat all 4 levels. As you can see here, for beginner, we just need to worry about knocking them out with a fire type Pokemon as they're active, and then putting 3 basic Pokemon down. For the intermediate, it's also knocking down with a fire, but we need to put a stage 1 in play, as well as have 2 pulsing aura cards in the deck. Very simple, you'll see. And then for advanced, there's like 2 ways of looking at it, although you could technically put it all in one. But you need to knock out a Pokemon with a fire type, okay, a Mega Evolution, 6 pulsing aura, and then win without opponents getting any points. As you can see, I haven't done that one yet. Realistically, that's one that's gonna happen after like a few tries, like, or maybe it could happen immediately, but it's really hard to plan for unless you're playing, I don't know, maybe like a Orcorio or something, but then you're not winning with a fire or Mega Evolution. Maybe just a 3rd attempt or a 2nd attempt, and you'll get that. And then for expert, we have to win without any EX Pokemon, win once with a Mega EX Pokemon. So those already guaranteed 2 different attempts with 2 different decks. Win with 12 pulsing aura cards, and then there's the not the automatic, but the consistent win with 5 and then win with 10. The 2 lists that we're giving, the first one, I want to shout out Optic Sana, my bad. If y'all don't know about him on Twitch, I will try to link him down below, for giving me the main concept, because he was actually testing this deck out in like tournaments. And also to Kev in my Discord, because he gave me a different version that was using 12 aura cards. I thought it was a little too much, but I did get a few ideas here and there on how to put both of them together for something that I don't mind using for this. Here we have the 2 Heart Flame Ogrepons, 2 Tepigs, 1 Pignite, 2 M-Boards, 1 Victini, 2 Pokeballs, 2 Rare Candies, 2 Flame Patch, a Cape, 2 Research, May, Copycat, and the Bounded Field. We're guaranteed to be going against a grass deck, so Bounded Field in this deck makes perfect sense. If you were playing it outside of this, you probably wouldn't use it. And then the Cape is also a card that you probably wouldn't use in a regular build, but their Heracross, yeah, it's swinging for 170. So putting your M board to 180 is just enough to like get it over the threshold. You get to survive a hit, and usually, whether you survive a hit or you have a backup M board ready to go, is usually enough for a game. As you can see, this deck has the 3 basics. It has fire types to knock out their Pokemon. It has the stage 1 in Pig Knight, and then no EXs. So it clears a vast majority of the challenges. The only ones that then you have to worry about is winning with the Mega Evolution Pokemon. And in that case, I have to, or not only Mega Evolutions, but winning with the 12 Pulsing Aura cards, because we are only playing 6 in that build that you saw there, in which I recommend the same deck that I had a whole video of, the Mega Lucario deck with 12 cards from Pulsing Aura. That not only has 12 cards, but it has the Mega requirement. So if you win once with the Emboar deck and then you win once with this one, you basically clear every challenge except for the one of obviously winning 5 to 10 times, and then the one of winning without giving any prizes, because that point 1 is a little harder to like guarantee. But for the most part, these two lists will work perfectly. As always, I'll add some examples, but before we get to the examples, I want to stress that if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below and I'll answer them as soon as I see them. And wait, right before I forget, I was about to just move on, but I want to stress that if you are farming an event for the first time, or this might be, you just got into the game and you're like, oh, how much of this a drop event should I use or whatever. Drop events have the best way of getting like shine dust without having to like put money into the game. And these events, the ones with the EX promos, are much better than the ones like, let's say, the Slowpoke that we had earlier, because every duplicate EX that you get after the first one gives you, I think it was like 720 shine dust. So it starts really adding up. Granted, there's a lot of luck involved, but if you're ever going to grind one of these events, it's definitely, I recommend one of these EX ones, like with the EX promo. And to make sure you're playing an expert, because expert is the only one that passed beating it the first time, will guarantee you getting that pack. So with that, let's jump to some examples. Thank you for watching. I hope these videos helps, and best of luck with your pools. Hopefully, I wish y'all a bunch of Heracross EXs. And above all else, stay pro. All right, for example number 1, we are going first, which in the long run, I'm not sure if it's like preferred or not, to be honest, but it can't be too bad, right? I could see a world where going second, we're able to charge Tepig already, ramp it, go into rare candy. We do already have rare candy here though, so I'm gonna research. Maybe I should have made in hopes to find Tepig, but who knows, let's see here. Never mind, everything works out at the end. All right, so let's put Tepig down. As far as this bounded field, they do play one of the forest, so I'd rather see that before I commit to the field. Or I could put, you see, let them do Fragrant Forest. It does get them 1 card, but then now we have bounded field safe for the rest of the game, right? It does open the door for our own copycat, so that's decent, you know? Charging the back, interesting. That usually basically tells us that they do in fact, that they don't in fact have the rare candy. Usually if they have rare candy superior already, you'll see them like charge up front and get like ready to attack with it. No reason not to do this. Let's put you down. Okay, I might have already mentioned it, but sorry for the mismatching rarities. It's just decks that I don't use too much or collect the cards themselves. So I don't necessarily have enough to craft like 2 golds of an Ogerpon or a Tepig, etc. Okay, let's go pass here. Next turn, thanks to the bounded field, we do one-shot Snivy. However, they evolve it. Clearly, they get out of range, but we start feeding the Emboar, right? Alright, there's the Superior. Yeah, Servine's in range. Let's look for 50 here. Alright, so with this main that we have in hand, I'm actually going to try to find Victini, and just to up the chances of being able to actually ramp up this Emboar. Granted, we will be able to anyways, because we do have, in fact, double Flame Patch. Let's send you back. Like with double Flame Patch, we'll be able to get Emboar up to the 3 energy, but if we're able to ramp it as well, like that Heracross is cooked. Alright, shout out to Bounded. And we get Tails. Alright, Victini, time to shine. There you go. Victini showing its worth, ramping Emboar to 2. And that means next turn, when the Heracross comes in and knocks out Ogerpon, we just go all the way to 5 energy on this Emboar with the double Flame Patches. And never mind, they I don't blame them, but they did in fact play it differently. Delaying the inevitable, to be honest. Yep, just 20 because this needs 3 extra. It needs 2 energy to plus superior to hit for the extra 70 damage, I think. Right, now with this Giant's Cape, as I mentioned in the profile, Embor is no longer in range of the Heracross, so we're like smooth sailing from here, moving on forward. Low key, we could use this as an example of how you could win without losing any points. We'll run away with the Ogre Pawn. And the only reason we're able to do this is because doesn't matter. Because of Giant's Cape, right? Putting us over the 170. Look at that, 260. That's crazy, dude. Not to mention, if they get tails and hit themselves for 60, then they're definitely cooked. Right, another Heracross won't matter. Yeah, that's... We need some crazy bad luck twice to not be able to win this one right now. Let's go, just one Flame Patch, yeah. Charge for turn. Flipping 5 heads. We get an extra 30 for each. And we're already swinging for 140. Yeah, don't even need to use Victini here. We are doing 260, I think. Yeah, crazy numbers, bro. Shout out to the Bounded Field. Shout out to Embor's Coin Flips. Shout out to Optic and Kev. And with that, let's go to a second example just to show that the deck does it consistently, right? So let's jump to example number 2. All right, for example number 2, we are going second. I was contemplating using the Lucario deck. However, ultimately decided that if y'all want to see gameplay or explanation about that Lucario deck that I showed earlier, I do have an entire video on why the certain cards are chosen and all that. So, but nonetheless, if you have any questions about it, feel free to put them down below and I will answer them regardless. However, I just wanted to use the examples in this video to showcase the deck that we're using, in this case, Embor. Like, this is like exclusive to this event, basically. The other one's far more universal, I guess, is a term that could be used to describe it. Okay, we got Tepig. Energy on Ogre Pawn here. I will hold these. I kind of want to use... Not having this is... Like, if I put it down now, and they just put their force, then we lose it forever. However, this Copycat is very, very... enticing. Let's go Copycat. I might regret that. Especially since we're like a rare candy away from Tepig being good, but I would love Victini. Okay, this hand couldn't have gotten any better. We will Pokeball, but whatever we grab, we're going to hold for the May. And we're going to toss it back in. Victini, however, will for sure get on the board. Alright, no regrets on that Copycat whatsoever, actually, so... Let's see what they... Servine is beautiful here because we do just knock it out. Snivy, on the other hand, sets them up where they could have enough follow-up. Okay, there's no need for the May here. Bounded. I'm going to put this one down here simply because if we miss heads twice, I don't want to just go like instantly into Embor. Embor is our finisher. Come on. Okay. Victini, come on, come on. Show your worth, brother. Bruh, on my end it froze. I don't know how it will be when I look at the recording. But there was no need to make it that close. Alright, let's see. They went Snivy first. Okay. That definitely benefits us. We won't be winning this one without, like, flawlessly, but... Alright, 2 more chances to get a good amount of energy. Okay, got it first try. No, thank you, Victini. Alright, so we're going to be flipping at least 6 coins on this Heracross. and it might hit itself. If it goes down to 120, then it's cooked for sure. At 180, luck is in our favor, right, to close this one out, but no swing because they don't have. I completely missed that part. Alright, so we actually will be able to attempt to win this without losing any points here, so let's go for it. We need... Hold on. Oh, wait. We get double damage. Never mind. We're already swinging for 140. Every heads is an extra 60 damage, by the way. No, Victini. You are not... You're not needed. 500 damage on this poor Heracross. Damn. Embor, take it easy, brother. Alright, so hopefully y'all saw the deck in action, how it's supposed to work. I do not assume any of y'all will have that crazy good luck. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. That's the craziest game I've had with this deck so far. But thank you for watching. Wishing y'all the most Heracrosses so your shine goes through the roof. Once again, please consider subscribing if this video helped you. Ranked season should be out by the time you're watching this video, so that's what I'll be doing. But hopefully I'll put out some videos on that or start streaming a little bit here and there with that as well. Thank you for watching. Above all else, stay pro.